Welcome to Irish Illustrated at irishillustrated.com. I'm Kevin Sinclair, and today I looked at Notre Dame running back recruit Jayden Limar, a four-star prospect out of Washington. I dug up 3 of his game films from this past junior season, so this wasn't looking through his entire season, just about 2.5 to 3 game films, so keep that in mind within the context of all these plays that he made. After watching these games, certainly my own opinion of him certainly raised. This is a really exciting prospect with a lot to offer on the football field, and let's check out why. So with Limar, we'll start things off with just looking at, a few big plays that he made, a couple long distance runs. Here he is out of sort of that wildcat type offense they run. Here he is breaking this path off outside the tackle and up the sideline. Just explosive speed. So speed is definitely a factor, in his game. And of course it is. He's a running back, but here he is again at that wildcat, in that wildcat role. When he cuts loose in the open field, he can be really difficult to catch. And then he's also very good in breaking tackles. He's tough to take down, even as a more smaller and compact type back. And then here he is on this really nice screenplay that they run. And he makes the catch and shakes through traffic and hits a home run for his offense. So Limar, real impressive that way. And then next up, we're going to have a look at his inside run. Really was impressed with what I saw. Here's in their basic offense with a quarterback behind the center in shotgun. Now, really good at slipping through small spaces. But again, like I mentioned earlier, very good at breaking tackles. He's very slippery and very elusive. An inside carry, slipping past defenders, especially in short spaces and small, tight areas where there's a lot of defenders around. He's pretty crafty and does a great job of just finding openings and slipping past defenders, breaking tackles, breaking arm tackles. Very creative in how he carries the football through traffic, like I said. And here he is, again, everything I just said about just being elusive and slippery and breaking tackles. You saw all of that in that one snap there. So Limar, really impressive, more so than I thought before watching all of this film in terms of breaking tackles and just playing tough football. Here he was, as he saw the line of scrimmage was jammed up, showed good patience, found an opening, and turned that into what looked like about a 10-yard carry. Same thing here. Didn't look like the defense was giving up much there, but finds a way to move the chains. Again, I think crafty is a good word for him. Really very creative in how he runs the football, scrappy, slippery, and just constantly makes big plays. I love the way they use him in sort of a wildcat look and a traditional look. They get him out in the slot, they throw him the football, and we'll see more of that soon. But just a few more carries here up the middle. Love the way he has that slippery presence. And then now I'll have a look at his receiving ability. They do some nice screens with him. Here he is in the slot. They're going to motion him across, and they're going to get the football to him on somewhat of a tunnel screen here. And there he is again, slipping a tackle attempt. And then once he finds some space, he can take it the distance. Limar with good quickness. I'll watch that again when he's motioning across, getting this pass on a tunnel screen. This is just a look at that same play, but from the field angle. Impressive stuff from Limar. And then now here he is split out in the slot. We're going to see him run a bit of an out and up route here along the sideline. And check out this catch, a leaping grab along the sideline, keeping his feet inbounds. I'll have another look at that a little bit closer. There he is in the corner of the screen going up. That's outstanding right there in his ability to go up and get it. So he's definitely a guy with soft hands. Of the 3 games I saw him targeted many times, never dropped the ball or seemed to have any trouble with it whatsoever. And here he is again. They do a really good job of disguising these plays and getting him the ball in space through the air. Limar definitely a threat all over the field. And here he is again, splitting out for another screen play. 3 linemen out in front of him. Does a good job of playing patient but making a big play for his team. And then finally, let's have a look at red zone and short yardage here to wrap this up. Limar, defender on him here, does a great job of stiff arming him to the turf and getting into the end zone. We'll have another look at that. It seems like a stretch play here, evading that defender and getting into the corner of the end zone. And to wrap it up with one last play, Limar going wide here, and he leaps over this defender, and the referee called him down on the 1 yard line. But let's take another look at that. As far as I can see here, looks like going up, over, looks like that ball was across the goal line. So really enjoyed this. Again, all of that footage coming from just 3 game films. Learned a lot more about Limar, opposed to just watching his highlight film on Huddle. Watching full game films from that context to see how impactful he truly is from a number of roles, whether he's in the slot, catching the ball out of the backfield in that wildcat formation, his tackle breaking ability, how elusive and slippery he is. There's just a lot to like. And this is a guy from a personality, character standpoint who's really stood out to me in terms of seemingly being a guy who would really fit Notre Dame quite well out of the Pacific Northwest. So that's it for me, though. Thanks for tuning in to Irish Illustrated at irishillustrated.com. I'm Kevin Sinclair.